2K Sports pregame show.
Boy, what a season so far. And I'll tell you, it's only getting started. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Charlotte Hornets. And for Charlotte, they've only come out in front in one of their first 3 games so far. So a win tonight will be important to them, to be at 500 instead of 3 games under. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And back in Toronto following the road trip, it's the Raptors on their home court. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these 2 teams haven't changed that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run the table on them again.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Williams is down low with Zeller. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Batum in at the small forward position. Now here's Lamb, 6 to shoot. And Walker kicks to Batum. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Batum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Nick Batum, a versatile swingman out of France, a solid shooter and able to create for himself and his teammates.
And stolen by Wright. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Here's Leonard. And the Raptors miss again. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Wright. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
In Toronto, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. He had stolen by Lamb. Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. Basket counts. Walker's got his first bucket of the night.
And just building on to the lead, extending it, trying their best to put this one away.
You sense the game has a number of ways it can go. All you can do is your very best at that moment.
Now here's Lowry. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make. Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
The pass to Valanciunas. Will it go? Right outside. Back to Valanciunas, and stolen by Zeller. Fast break now for Charlotte. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. Batum's got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
Right outside. Pass to Leonard. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Many scouts were surprised by Leonard's quick development, his ability to improve his skills and shot as fast as he did. But the truth is, he was always a very hard worker dating back to his amateur days.
Shooting 2.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Well, we're talking about Leonard. In college, he put himself through a really tough regimen.
You know, he would be up and out the house by 5 a.m. He'd work out and run basketball drills, usually by himself. This was a part of his daily routine before going to class.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
This is where he feels 100% comfortable taking all the free points he can get.
Walker against Lowry, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Already his second foul here in the first makes it a tough decision whether to leave him in or not.
Hernangomez is checked in for Zeller. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Lowry passes to Leonard. Over Batum. And the Raptors miss again.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Pass to Hernangomez. And Lamb kicks to Walker. Over Lowry. Walker's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Passes it to Lowry. Ibaka sets the pick for Lowry. And the Raptors miss again.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Now here's Walker. 29 points for him last game against the Heat in Miami. And the rejection by Lowry. It's stolen by Lamb. Here's the teardrop. Toronto grabs the miss.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Walker against Lowry. And Walker kicks to Lamb. And stolen by Wright. And here comes the break. That's good from Lowry on the assist from Valanciunas.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
Hornets leading by 5. Walker the pass to Hernangomez. Outside, Walker bangs home the trifecta. Walker's got his second basket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Valanciunas dishes to Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Walker with it. He's got 5. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Lowry. Now running, here comes Lowry pushing the ball up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
Charlotte's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And Lamb kicks to Walker. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Raptors trail by 7. The pass to Wright. Valanciunas in the high post. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Buries the long-range jumper.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Walker with it. Lowry picks him up. Batum wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 3 assists now in this one. Toronto calls timeout.
This Toronto offense have been going through a transition the last few years. The team used to take a lot of mid-range shots and run a lot of ISOs. They switched to more of a ball movement-oriented style, and it paid off.
Looking here at some numbers for Batum. How he did last season. Averaged about 11 points a game last season. 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
And that one's good. Right. Along with the Raptors' decrease in isolations, the amount of threes jumped up as well.
So true. 38% of shots last year were threes. Raptors took the 3rd most threes in the league last season. We'll see if that trend continues this season, but there has clearly been a shift in how they want to play. How about the quarter he's having? Tremendous execution on the offensive end, helping to further fuel this lead.
The shot by Lowry, no good.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Danny Green, he's checked in for DeLon Wright. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Williams. Lowry against Walker. Kicks it to Lamb. Back to Walker. 4 on the shot clock. Over Lowry. Misses off the right iron. Raptors trail by 6. Pass to Valanciunas. Inside. Green lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now here's Lamb. Guarded by Green. They set the pick. And Lamb kicks to Walker. Leonard against Batum. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
And here's a look at the stats for Jonas Valanciunas. He had a strong showing last season. 8th in field goal percentage. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Raptors have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Lowry passes to Ibaka. On the wing, Green. Here's Lowry. That one off the back iron and out.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Walker against Lowry from the top of the key. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 12 points in the game.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. He gets stolen by Lamb. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul. Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
free throw good from Walker. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. Norman Powell's checked in for Leonard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Parker after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Parker kicks to Monk. Great D that time from Green.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Here's VanVleet. Monroe left side. Powell for three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now it's just a three-point Charlotte lead.
Well, early on, neither team put much emphasis on the defensive side.
No doubt. The offensive game planning on both sides has been effective early on.
Charlotte no good that time either.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Here's Parker. 9 points last game. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Such a great player for so long, Tony Parker. I remember when he first entered the league. Fast, raw, and full of energy. And so erratic, he made Pop pull out his hair.
That free throw, no good. And Smitty, speaking of Parker, didn't take him long to acclimate not only to the Spurs, but to the entire NBA.
Yes, I saw him as a rookie. I played with him. He led the Spurs in steals and assists, was named to the all-rookie first team, went on to become one of the best point guards in the league for over a decade.
Here's VanVleet. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Siakam kicks to Powell. Powell with the screen. Here's Siakam. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Charlotte leading by 4. Here's Parker. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Powell for 3. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's the screen. Out to the right wing. Pass to Monk. 1:22 left to play here in the first. 6 to shoot. And here's Walker outside. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Monroe with a screen on Parker. VanVleet passes to Monroe. He doesn't hit that one. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Out to Parker. Off target from three-point range.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Well, Smitty, when it comes to Danny Green, this guy's got a lot of courage. We know that. The man lives with 2 enormous boa constrictors.
Jade and Lightning, those are their names. He's had Jade since his days at North Carolina. Said that given his busy schedule, snakes were just a lot easier to take care of than other pets.
One shot.
And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck. There's Van Vliet over Parker. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That is his first foul of the game. 1 second left. He can't get that one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Greg Monroe regarded as one of the better big men in the NBA, but in recent seasons, his minutes have been going down. We talked about maintaining his focus.
I'm a player. You know, as long as I'm on the court, whenever I'm on the court, it's just about being productive. You know, it's about continuing on the right path, you know, having the right mindset, the right focus, and just coming in every day and putting in the work and trying to do whatever you can to win games.
Professional mindset. Monroe is seasoned veteran, ready to go when his name is called.
It's challenging to accept a different or lesser role, but Monroe is approaching it like a true pro.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Parker and Monk, that's their backcourt. Kaminsky and Zeller are the bigs. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kemba Walker helped lead UConn to a national title, but it took some time to hit his stride at the NBA level. He finally became an all-star, but his team is rebuilding in Charlotte. Mitch Kupchak is the new general manager, and James Borrego is the new head coach. Guys?
A terrific player, DA, for sure. Thanks.
And what a career it's been for Tony Parker. 4 titles to his name, a finals MVP, 6-time All-Star. I mean, the accolades go on and on for what is truly one of the most impressive resumes you'll see in the NBA.
Here's Siakam. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Green against Kid Gilchrist. Zeller setting the pick for Kid Gilchrist. Pick by Zeller. Monk kicks to Kaminsky. His 3-pointers off the mark. And for Tony Parker, will certainly go down as one of the greatest Spurs ever to put on a San Antonio uniform.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And it's strange to see him in any other uniform than a San Antonio Spurs. And he made a move in the offseason. And, you know, here's what he brings to this team. A lot of experience, championship pedigree, and a guy that I think could maybe help get this Hornets team over the hump.
So it's Toronto now, following the score by Charlotte. That's tipped. Monk, no one around him. Misses the 3. Raptors trail by 6. Powell, the pass to Monroe. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. From the baseline. Here's Kaminsky. It's deflected. Monroe left side. Here's Powell. Second chance shot. And the shot goes in from Siakam. Siakam's got his first bucket in this one.
Second chance opportunities. The great equalizer.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Monk. No good off the front iron. Toronto's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Powell kicks to Van Vliet. From outside, off the mark. Hornets leading by 4. Now Monk. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Heat in Miami. Parker outside. Just 5 to shoot. A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Van Vliet, covered by Parker. Van Vliet passes to Powell. Back to Van Vliet. No good from outside. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Toronto. And then for Charlotte, Williams, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Batum comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Lamb in there for Monk. Now here's Lamb. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. With some arc. Here's Zeller. An easy 2 points on the layup. Zeller's got 6 points.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Here's Leonard. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Washington, and it's in there.
Attacking, trying to get good looks. Give Kawhi credit. He finds one.
Now here's Zeller. Leonard with the steal. Here's Ibaka. Rebound by Williams.
Nice move inside. Has the defender beat. Just fails to finish.
Williams, a screen on Lowry. Here's Parker. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 3rd rebound tonight. From 15 feet away. And it's right missing. Hornets leading by 4. And here is Lamb. Williams sets a screen for Lamb. Shot clock at 6. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 5.
Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
And Wright kicks to Leonard. Ibaka outside. Out to the wing. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Kyle Lowry. More and more, Steve, the NBA becoming about two-way players. Who are some of your favorites that fit that mold?
I think option number 1 is LeBron James. He does an excellent job, and obviously because of the load he's been carrying, it's been more, I would say, sided offensively, but he's capable. Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul. Draymond Green doesn't score much on the offensive end, but you know he does a lot of things as far as passing the basketball, setting screens. So them are some of those guys. And Kevin Durant lately has become one of those guys that you can count on blocking shots.
Love all those examples.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Parker with it. Outside, Batum. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The free throw drops for Leonard. And Greg with Kawhi started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
You know, their focus wasn't there in that one. Same with the shot selection.
I've seen worse shooting nights, but this was pretty bad, and it obviously cost them the game.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Lowry. Coming off a terrific season. He was around 16 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
A nice shot by Zeller.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Right, the pass to Ibaka. And Valanciunas kicks to Leonard. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer. Leonard's got 7 now in this quarter.
He is in the zone tonight. Kawhi is carrying this offense.
Zeller, a screen on Lowry. Williams for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. The shot, no good. And the Hornets now going the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Batum attacking, lays it up off the glass. Batum's got 13.
He can be masterful in there, especially when there's no rim protection.
Valanciunas with a screen on Parker and stolen by Williams. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
And it's right missing.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
They set the pick. Here's Parker. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. He has 6.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here is Lowry. Inside and stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Williams is running. And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability. His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held him back.
And the rejection by Ibaka. Shots good by Hernangomez.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Raptors trail by 11. Lowry drives in. That one's good. Just his 3rd make brings him to 3 for 8 in this game.
And really, Lowry has made his career off delivering through contact. Really one of the strongest point guards in this league.
Batum passes to Parker. To the left wing. Here's Hernangomez. Rebound by the Raptors. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. Valanciunas sets a screen for Lowry. Right against Batum. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it. And it's good for 2. Valanciunas has got his 1st basket of the night. Charlotte leading by 7. Parker outside. They set the screen. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
2nd foul. You don't want to pick up his 3rd in this half. We'll see if they'll make a substitution or not.
Some changes for Toronto. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Powell in for Wright. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Charlotte. Walker comes in for Tony Parker. Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Clock is at 3. And Zeller kicks to Hernangomez. And the Hornets miss again.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Siakam. And he can't bank that one in. Batum passes to Walker. He's looking for Kidd-Gilchrist and finds him. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game. Stolen by Walker. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Raptors with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Kaminsky's checked in. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. 1:19 left to play here in the half. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, he's got that long wingspan. You saw it right there on that play.
And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from VanVleet. Now here's Walker. 17 points in the game. Charlotte moving it around. There's the screen. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I mean, he's struggling, hitting a low percentage of his shots this quarter.
Valanciunas, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Now just a 3-point Hornets lead.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Now here's Batum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
And Toronto has possession after Frank Kaminsky made that last 3-pointer. Charlotte shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Toronto. Monk's checked in for Charlotte. And both free throws good from Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Here's VanVleet, guarded by Walker. VanVleet kicks to Powell. There's Green with the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Green's got 8.
I love the elevation Danny Green gets on his jumper. Makes him tough to defend from distance.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's Charlotte leading by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Tony, how is the game going for you all in the first half?
A lot of intensity, very physical. We're playing pretty well, but I'm not very happy the way we finished the first half. We had a good lead, and they came back on us, so in the second half, we have to do it again.
Got to pick up where you left off. Thanks, Tony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. We saw Kemba Walker lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
The toughness of Kemba Walker is no joke. One of the smaller guys on the floor, he's also wiry strong. You see it when he attacks in the paint. The improved consistency from distance.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
We return now to Toronto with a fantastic look at sunset at the downtown skyline of Toronto, Ontario. Wow, what a great view. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
And so far, he's giving them great production from deep. They've been able to kind of spread the floor because of it.
You see the defense trying to make an adjustment, but it's hard when he's hitting from that far away.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Toronto right now, inside pairing is Ibaka and Valanciunas. Lowry out there with Wright, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Wright. Now here's Lamb. And he banks in the layup. Lamb's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Hornets. Leonard, the pass to Wright. In the corner, it's Valanciunas. And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Well, Smitty, we saw with Jonas Valanciunas, the Lithuanian big man, shooting more threes last season.
Valanciunas saw all the other centers in this league add a three-pointer and wanted in on the action as well. Only took about one a game, but he shot over 40%.
Here's Lamb. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And Lamb kicks to Walker. Zeller, a screen on Lowry. Clock at 6. On the wing, Batum. Offensive rebound. Here's Walker. Banked in off the glass. Walker's got 19 points.
The defense is pretty much helpless once he finds breathing room to get to the basket.
Batum against Leonard. Ibaka sets the pick for Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
Hornets leading by 5. Walker the pass to Lamb. He kicks to Williams. Pick by Zeller. Back to Williams. It's stolen by Ibaka. It's tipped. It's stolen by Lamb. 3-on-3. Over Wright. The putback. It's good on the putback. 15 points for Batum.
Oh, hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. To the middle. And stolen by Zeller. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Jonas Valanciunas, the big fella, dominating in the paint.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Walker against Lowry. Zeller, a screen on Lowry. Here's Walker. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Serge Ibaka.
And coming out of halftime, coach said they wanted to start fast. How's 4 for 4?
And Lamb kicks to Walker. Pass to Williams. Now the feed to Zeller. There's the pass to Lamb. Clock at 6. Pulls it from the elbow. And too long on the shot. The Raptors have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Pass to Lowry. Screen by Valanciunas. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. And Lowry has it in the corner. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Lowry against Walker. Pass to Williams. Back to Walker. Picked by Zeller. Over in the corner, Williams. No good on the 3. The Raptors have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Leonard. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
That one drops. He ties it up. And sometimes innovations can bring you back to where you started, Steve. Could we see that with post play in the future?
You know, I don't know if it'll be a lot of post play from dominant bigs. I think the post play will come back a little bit more in the form of a lot of these smaller guards are posting up a little bit more than they did, I would say, in the last 5 or 6 years.
Hornets have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Parker kicks to Lamb. On the wing, Williams. Defended by Ibaka. Passes to Lamb. Williams sets a screen for Lamb. Over right. Off the left rim and out. And the Raptors with possession. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Ibaka outside. Drops in the tray. Ibaka's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they have come out of halftime in fuego.
And the Hornets call time here. Hey, Smitty, with Serge Ibaka, you can bet when the games matter the most, he's going to be locked in.
Yeah, he can be inconsistent during the regular season, but he has another gear he can shift to in the playoffs, and they need that from him. He gives you intensity on both ends, and he can stretch the floor.
Hornets trail by 4. Here's Lamb. 7 points in the game. Dishes to Parker. Picked by Zeller. Over in the corner, Williams. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Williams has got his first points in this one.
Not sure who designed that play, but he makes it count.
Lowry against Parker. Lowry drives in. He gets it in there. Lowry's got 10 points in the game.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Parker. He's got 6. Kicks to Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Zeller, a screen on right. 6 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Lowry. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And at full speed, there aren't a lot of people that can prevent Lowry from finishing on the break.
And there's the pass to Zeller. There's a good screen. Parker passes to Williams. Good on the triple. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Pass to Monroe. Screen by Ibaka. Toronto working the ball around now. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And so often Serge the screener. This time he uses the screen to get his own shot.
Right outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 7-point Toronto lead.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Parker kicks to Zeller. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Wright. How he performed last season. He put up about 8 points a game last season. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
For sure, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He always seems to supply points for them in bunches.
Toronto calls timeout. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Siakam is checked in for Ibaka. Green comes in for Leonard. Norman Powell's checked in for DeLon Wright. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Cody Zeller. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Kid Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Monks subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. Now here's Kid Gilchrist. In the corner, it's Monk. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That 3 off the mark. Raptors leading by 7. Here's Green, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And though he's a physical, tough-minded individual, Danny Green's averaged less than 1 free throw attempt per game over his career. That's surprising.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And he makes the first. A lot of statistics to try to devour. The plus-minus statistics are some that really stand out for fans and players. How useful you think a tool that is?
You know, I love it, Kevin, because then you get a chance to see the guys who, you know, the stats we look at is rebounds, points, assists, and blocks and steals. There are some guys that make an impact without having those numbers, and it goes by what the score is, and that plus-minus help those guys who I would say not as skillful as some of the guys as far as putting up stats that way, but you can see the team plays better when this guy is on the floor, no matter how many points he scores.
Did you pay attention to the plus-minus?
Kevin, I'm so old, they didn't have plus-minus.
I didn't mean to embarrass you there, Steve. I am so sorry. Here's Parker, and finally they hit one. Parker's got 8 points.
Sneaking inside, converting the high percentage look, something Parker does well.
They set the pick. It's up a 3. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 6 rebounds in the game. From the wing, that one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Parker.
And though Parker has stretched his game out to the three-point line, he remains at heart a mid-range shooter.
Green kicks to Monroe. Back to Green. Down low. That's tipped, and there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Walker's checked in for Charlotte. Hornets trail by 5. Pass to Hernan Gomez. They double him with Green. Hernan Gomez kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Walker. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. There's the pick. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Lowry.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. He's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon. And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his 1st foul. Fades and shoots. Toronto grabs the miss. Monroe's got 5 rebounds tonight. Van Vliet passes to Siakam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Hornets trail by 9. Monk kicks to Walker. Pass to Kaminsky. Charlotte moving it around to the inside. And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Here's Van Vliet. Here's Powell. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And really the story of the half. One team shooting it lights out. The other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's 2 competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest. The other fast and loose.
Monk, the pass to Kid Gilchrist. Over Green. That one doesn't go. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Here's Kaminsky. Powell pulls it in. Raptors leading by 9.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
This is where the play calling comes in. Let's see what they got. Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
And the Raptors making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Walker. It's stolen.
And quarter's almost over. You don't want to give the ball back here.
Gotta be smart about it. Even if you miss, you want to leave no time on the clock.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
The Raptors have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's the screen. Now Monk shoots over Powell. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Toronto holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Well, they trailed by a bunch, but once they got going, the comeback was on. And we'll be right back after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Setting the floor for the Hornets, Walker and Monk are the guard tandem. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Kaminsky. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Kaminsky misses. Toronto leading by 11. Powell for 3, sinks the triple. Powell's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Raptors. Charlotte shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Powell with the steal. Fast break Toronto. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Look at the concentration from Valanciunas on that play. Takes the foul and still finishes the play.
One shot.
Hornets trail by 17. Here's Walker, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Valanciunas, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Valanciunas has got 5 points in the quarter.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
And Walker kicks to Monk. Back to Walker. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Green. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he can't get the first one. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Green. And then for Charlotte, Zeller comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Monk. Second free throw, no good.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Leonard with the steal. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
When you have a huge lead, it's easy to get sloppy on offense. They haven't fallen into that trap.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Toronto. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Batum's checked in. Walker against Lowry. Zeller setting the pick for Lamb. Off the screen. Zeller passes to Lamb. On the wing, Batum. Second shot opportunity. And two free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense, always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Toronto. DeLon Wright comes in for Fred VanVleet. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Marvin Williams has checked in for Kaminsky. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Raptors leading by 17. Outside Lowry. Down low. Here's Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 23 points for Kawhi Leonard.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Batum attacking. Zeller dishes to Batum. Back to Zeller. Feeds to Batum. Leonard with the steal. Here's Wright. Hornets with the rebound. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the inside. Here's Batum to the paint. Zeller. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Zeller. And so Zeller nails both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
There's a screen. Now the pass to Valanciunas. Back to Lowry. Puts up a 3. Cans it from downtown. And the Raptors lead by 20.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Charlotte calls timeout. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, there's a lot of things that are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
And here's Batum following Kyle Lowry's three. 5 to shoot. And Lamb kicks to Walker. Batum a screen on Lowry. And here's Walker outside.
And he's going to have to wait to hit his first triple of this half. He had 3 at the break.
Well, not too long ago, Kyle Lowry was a free agent in high demand, Steve. Toronto signed him to that big contract, and it's worked out for both of them.
You know, the Raptors believed in Lowry and were willing to pay up to keep him. They see him as a vital part of this team now. Lowry took some time to mature as a player, but now it's paying off.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, the Villanova alum, does everything you want from a point guard. Very complete player on both ends of the floor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
What I love about Kyle Lowry, he had trouble getting along with coaches early in his career, but made the change and has thrived ever since.
And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
It's stolen by Ibaka.
Tough to recover when you continue to turn the basketball over at this rate. And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Well, with Lowry, as you said, Steve, he gives you a little bit of everything.
One of the best rebounding point guards in the league. Doesn't rack up huge assist numbers, but a very intelligent passer. Good assist to turnover numbers. Smart with the basketball.
Just 5 to shoot. That shot wide open. Toronto leading by 22. Right outside. Outside Lowry. For star players, even after a loss, Steve, they're asked to give press conferences after the games. Talk about how difficult that is for a player in the moments after a very difficult defeat.
And this is where you have to use your teammates and obviously your PR guys around the team to help you and obviously gather yourself before you get a chance to go in there, because it's tough. You're running high with emotions and sometimes the wrong type of emotions.
Yes.
But I also, Kevin, would love to see on the media side, there are some questions I just don't agree with. I think you should get a yellow card. You ask a dumb question, and if you get a red card, you can't ask any more questions for that series.
I think you'd be handing me cards after everything I say. I'd be piling cards in front of
Kevin,
me.
Not at all.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Anunoby, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. C.J. Miles comes in for Leonard. And it's Malachi Richardson in for Wright.
Shooting one.
Free throw good. Serge Ibaka.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Lowry kicks to Anunoby. Biyombo with the block. Inside and stolen by Kyle Lowry. Richardson for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Bridges. A second chance effort. Here's Biombo. It's tipped. They retain possession, and they're able to recover. Poked away. And here's Miles. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage. Bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there. Not a lot of solutions.
When you look at today's NBA salaries, Steve, do you feel the responsibility to learn financial management falls mostly on the players, or should the league do even more to help them find out about what they're going to do with all this money?
You know, I think it's the responsibility of both. I think the Players Association, also the NBA, and I think organizations as well. I think you look at it, we're all involved to get a chance to help these youngsters. It's not easy for a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to become a millionaire overnight. That's just not something that you're used to, and handling that, it has been a problem for some players in the past.
Now, here's Biombo. Bridges a screen on Ibaka. Here's Biombo. And nothing is falling for him right now.
There does come a time when you haven't made anything all quarter long. Pass the rock.
Lowry kicks to Anunoby. Back to Lowry. In the corner, it's Richardson. There's the three. Anunoby controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Graham. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Friday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, it's going to be a battle for this group.
Shots.
You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
No good on the free throw. Steve, looking around the league, name a few current players who you think will go down as the greatest in their franchise's history.
Well, the one name that comes to mind first is LeBron James. In several franchises he's played for. Also, Dirk Nowitzki, reason why he's a fantastic player. He's only been with one franchise, the Dallas Mavericks. I think Steph Curry. I think Russell Westbrook. And I think James Harden. Obviously, in Houston, you have Akeem Olajuwon. He has a chance if he can win the MVP and keep playing at this level for several more years.
Good examples. Here's Anunoby. Shoots over Biombo, and the shot will not go from Anunoby. And there's Bridges on the assist from Batum. Batum's got 3 assists now in this one. Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Richardson the pass to Anunoby.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
When you watch Anunoby play, he does so much well. Makes his teammates better. Not easy to do as a young wing player. He's a fantastic passer and does a very good job of reading the play.
And that one misses. Well, with Anunoby, so much of his impact, Steve, doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, that passing from the wing is what will set OG Anunoby apart in his career. Already a strong defender. Doesn't need to touch the ball to impact the game.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Kyle Lowry. Monk's checked in for the Hornets. And he sinks the second. We've had a full season now, Steve, of the jersey-sponsored insignias and patches. It has become a reality in the NBA. Any thoughts on that so far?
I guess, Kevin, because I'm old school, I don't like seeing it on the jerseys. I like the clean look. I would love to see it on their warm-up jerseys. You know, obviously their warm-up jackets and pants. I just don't like seeing it on the jersey. But I don't think I'm going to win this one, Kevin. I think they are here to stay. I think they might even add more sponsors on jerseys.
Yeah, the look they like is the look of money. Money. That's a good look.
That's the look
they get from those
Shoot 'em too.
sponsorships, right? And that one falls for Graham. Both shots good from the stripe. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Van Vliet passes to Ibaka. Comes up empty down low.
How many times have you seen him do that? Losing focus on a simple lay-in.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Well, we've seen the growth of the G League, especially in how much it's been utilized for player development. A lot of guys going up to the NBA level. Steve, how do you think we'll see this evolve over the next 10 years?
I think the G League and this partnership with the NBA and teams has been fantastic. It's kind of similar to baseball right now in the minor leagues, and the teams have done a great job of having the flexibility to bring guys up and down. I love it for a lot of these young guys to get a chance to develop and also be a part of, I would say, the big team.
Excellent point. And here we go. And there's Bridges on the assist by Monk.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Here's Van Vliet to the middle. Anunoby, good.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
The feed to Monk. In the corner, it's Bridges. He kicks it to Zeller. And stolen by Richardson. Pass to Valanciunas. And stolen by Zeller. Monk dishes to Graham. They set the pick from the arc. Hands it from downtown.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
Toronto leading by 23. Here's Van Vliet. And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And he knocks down the first one. And Fred Van Vliet, the Wichita State product, took some time getting into the NBA, but my goodness, is he a factor now for this team?
You know, I love the way Van Vliet can create space with his movement and getting into a defender. Great at reading a defense and finding the right play. He thinks several steps ahead of the play when he's on the floor.
And so he hits both. Player podcast, something we're hearing more of, and it's a growing trend. Good idea, or do you think it could get some guys in trouble?
Kevin, well, some guys, it does a good job of helping their brand, and we love to see guys getting a chance to do other things off the court. And then there are some guys who get a little loose, and they reveal some secrets, or they say some things they wish they could take back. So I think it all comes down to the individual. You gotta understand media before you try to jump out and start doing these podcasts.
Well said.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one drops.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
Some changes for Toronto. Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Ibaka. Green comes in for Leonard. And Norman Powell subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Charlotte also making some changes. Biyombo is checked in for Cody Zeller. Hernan Gomez comes in for Williams. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Lamb. Now here's Walker. Lays it up off the glass. Walker's got 23.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Monroe with it, covered by Biyombo. There's only the Basketball Hall of Fame that is shared among all basketball organizations, Steve. Do you think there should be an NBA Hall of Fame?
You know, Kevin, I do. I mean, I love the way we've done it, and obviously it's been successful. But, you know, the Basketball Hall of Fame is your entire body of work. And I think sometimes we don't understand that that's from high school, college level into the NBA. Whereas, you know, there's some guys are making it because of that, and there's some guys getting slighted because of that. So I do think one day we should just have the NBA Hall of Fame, just like the NFL.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Leonard.
You know, coming into tonight, hard to say if his intention was to take over the way he did, but as the game evolved, it became clear that he was an alpha dog on the offensive end.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. The Raptors making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in, and a switch here also for Charlotte. Graham's checked in. Valanciunas hits them both. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Graham with the ball. Floats one, tips it up. It's good on the putback.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Here's Van Vliet. Screen by Monroe. Foul for 3. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They set the screen. Zeller setting the pick for Monk. Off the pick. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
It's an encouraging sign to see Monk working off those pin downs. An effective shooter when he gets any sort of daylight.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.